Let's see if it works. I think I'm now live. I'm certainly seeing a confirmation of bids. So that's something. Get my chat on here as well, just so I can see it, in case anyone has anything to say. Chat right there. Boom. Now I can see it, sort of, if anybody talks. And then I'm gonna put my music in my room. And I'll go back to quietly setting up, unless anybody hangs out. Music. Let's put the music. That's better. Hey, hey. Check. Great. All right, let's put this thing together. So, it's gonna be hard to have a spaceship without the big table thing in the middle. And I like to put the table on the screen so that I can center it in the room. So that's what we'll do here first. Just get this right in the center of the spaceship there. Looks pretty good. And then, gotta add the real mics. So that's that piece in place. And I gotta clean off the table from all the random crap it accumulates. Don't worry, those noises are expected. It's just me getting stuff plugged into charge. Some spare dice over there. A branded mug. Clean off the table. This honestly might be a fun time lapse when it's done, if it works. Doesn't look so great on my screen. See how it looks if I do that. See if that improves things any. Okay. Need my tablet for my session notes. It's gonna go right here. And obviously we don't believe in protecting our equipment in space, so it's got to come out of the case in order to be compatible with the stand. I bet I could 3D print a better solution for this problem, but alas, I haven't. There we go. So tablet, make sure up is up. There we go. Put away the case. See how we're looking. That's fine. This gun can go in the background somewhere. These are camera components. They should get put away. Or at least put away from where they are right now. Okay, you've got headphones, you've got headphones, you've got a mic, you bring your mic, you've got a mic and headphones, you've got a mic and headphones, I've got a mic and headphones. Good. Okay, here's some hardware that I probably won't be needing another battery that I can put on a charger. And the rest of this I can just clamp to nothing for the moment. Good. Okay. Everybody's gonna need a chair. Did I leave myself enough space for my chair? Only barely. Let's bring this guy towards the camera a bit further. Got this in the way. Wheel this a little further so we can't see the section underneath. See, that's a little too far for those. If I bring this back, I can move the camera up and get the same result. And that would probably be the smarter way to do this. Nice and centered. Bring the camera forwards. And bring it further forwards. Sorry if you get sick. Set the camera down like that for a second. And then we'll need to tilt up just a little bit. Like so. And then I can see that we're a little bit tilted. To go which way? That way. So like here. That. And then I'll tilt back down a little bit to hide the white ceiling. Okay. And then I shall zoom in on the chair and bring that in focus. Good. And center the room a little bit better. Okay. Now we can put chairs in place for people. You get a chair. You get a chair. This guy gets a chair. This guy gets a chair. Okay. I can take away some of the item cards that we aren't likely to need. I should print some blanks actually for tomorrow, since I don't know exactly what items we might invent at the table. Nonetheless, that covers that piece. And then if I'm here, I should be able to there we go. So that gets the captain's spot taken care of. Get this blazer out of the way for a second. Look, now I'm formal. To get these things out of the way. Okay. Now let's bring my notes back in here. And then this guy, 56% battery. That's enough for today, and I can charge it overnight. Let's get my mic plugged back in here. best of my ability. These out of the way. I like to sit just a little bit taller than my players, as long as that's still, yeah, that's still in the shot. Something like this. It's a power thing, a dynamic at the table. Good. Now I've got notes and this. Let me see if that's a really obnoxious amount of things in front of my face for this shot. It's kind of a lot. Maybe I can lower this and then tilt it up a bit. If I do like this. And I tilt it up like this. And then I could move this one to be more upright. Still a little bit angled back at me. If I do like that, feels a little bit less stupid. A little bit less in the way here. And I think I should still be able to get fairly decent sounding and clear results out of this setup. So that's good. Actually, I think this needs to be sideways to point it right at me. There we go. That way I can talk directly to the players. Got my Stream Deck here. Got our ciphers for the day here. These are item cards from the past. Do I have any blanks in here? Oh, yes, I do have some. 2, 3. So I got 3 blanks for items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blanks for ciphers. Ciphers on my right, items on my left, I think is the best way to do that. And then are there any of these we are likely to use? I'll leave Trevor's big spool with him. Can't talk about another guy's big spool, but I can. And then EVA suits and sample capsules we might use again, so I will keep those accessible. And I can imagine Jackie wanting to use that cartographic interface again. Put that in there. These ones are not likely to come up. Here's a repair kit. That's something we might make use of. Good. Okay. Got some batteries charging over here that I can move along, that is. All right. Shall take a look at see how my system usage is. How are we doing here? Not very much CPU usage. We're honestly doing pretty well on resources. Maybe I'll try multi-streaming it to Twitch. Just see how that goes. Let's try sending a Polypop stream over to Twitch and see if they both can do it. Oh, it's my Twitch dashboard, live on the internet. Y'all gonna steal my Twitch? That's fine. Huh. That explains why nobody's been chatting in our stream. I've had subscriber-only chat turned on for who even knows how long. Let's turn that off before we do anything else. Okay, subs only chat is off. Stream info. Let's just copy the name of this YouTube stream. If I can track it down. Here we go. That's fine. Okay, let's try streaming to Twitch as well and just see what happens. Let's try it. So now I'm hypothetically live in both places. Let's see how those two things work. Over here, this guy, I see what happened here. My little crop is wrong. Okay, now I should be able to shrink this back to the size we need, like that. Should be good. So now we have that nice like ultra wide looking shot too. That's cool. Okay. Let's check out my system resources. CPU's at 21, RAM's at 25, GPU's at 40. That's pretty good. It is heating up, but not that much. 48 Celsius isn't that bad for a GPU. Okay. Great. Next step for this room is lighting. Try and make sure it doesn't suck with lights. I gotta go grab my light. I find that it helps to put lights up if I have the lights to put up. That is so sad. Okay, I have here my main tools for this prospect. My main light for this room is this thing, big old key light. I've had a lot of trouble with it glaring off the TV in the past. So we're gonna see if we can solve that problem today. We'll find out. First you gotta watch me put this light up. Okay. There we go. Now the light is up. I have done it backwards. We love that for me. Now I have done it the right way around. I turn it on. See how bad that glare is this time. Well, it's actually much better than it usually is, based on where the camera is right now. Yeah, you can hardly see any glare in there. Love that. That's good progress. I do need it to rotate a little bit more to light the table. Let's do that. I'll plug in the AC cord to it here. Another development we love. And let's get the lights working. Love this part. Ready for this? Watch this. Ooh, spacey. Makes a huge difference to light the room properly. Okay, now we're starting to look like a spaceship here. You can't even tell that this door doesn't go to space, it goes to my lawn. Great. Let's come over here. Turn off this little ambient light on the side. Like that, that's looking good. In the interest of continuing to stress test all my resources, I'm gonna trigger some sound effects and stuff. So let's try, I don't know, let's do that. Great, so that's that guy's name, which is what I wanted. Let's try triggering a song. Let's do some little, here we go, this nice little slow piano song. Ah, that didn't work because Ableton is in the settings menu. Let us try it once more. There it is. We love that. I think you can hear it, I can't. I should put all of my sound design in the house speakers so I can hear them. Let me do that. Okay, that's all those pieces. Good. So now I'll hear all the different changes. Great, so there's that covered. Let's try some different locations. So like, let's say we went to the reactor room here. Oh yeah. And then in the reactor room, maybe we run into Chief Engineer Dr. Zara Lowe. So I plop her on screen. That all seems to be running adequately, which is nice. How does it look and sound on live? I'm gonna have to pull it up and see. Let's try Twitch first. We'll pull it up and see if it's good or if it's not. It's good or if it's not. I'm feeding back. I will turn off the stream. Let's try it on YouTube.
The lamp.
That was not it on YouTube. Let's try it here. Winged Badger Gaming. Let's try it on YouTube. Sounds good to me. That's progress. Love that discovery. Oh, we might have a bot in the Discord. We shall have to see. All right, well, that's sorting itself out. Sounds like everything is doing okay audio-wise, so let's get the next camera up and in place, which is over there. I've got hard cases for all my cameras. Take this little safety strap off of the camera. That's one side. That's the second side. Go over there. This is gonna get screwed into the wall with this little bracket thing. Good. It's on the wall. Put a lens and a battery in that camera, and we'll add our second angle. Here's a lens, here's a battery. And there's like a little door that goes over where that battery was, I think. Well, I can't find that, so we'll go without it for now. Lovely. So that. Let's plug in the HDMI cable. Switch the camera on with HDMI, put all the pieces back in the case, lens cap and such. There's that second angle. You can see it needs a little work. Let's take this camera and do the work. Just do an SDR output. That's the right frame rate. Something like that is going to be good. And then let's put this camera back in a little bracket. Put in a little bit like so. Just its midpoint. Too far. It's hard to do this from this side. Let me stand on the other side so I can see where it's going. There we go. One thing I always wish is that those posters were a smidge lower. I think I'm gonna lower them today. I'll see if they cooperate. The reason they've been hard to lower is because they're held on with magnets reaching through the wall. So if you breathe on them too aggressively, they simply drop. Let's try pulling this guy a little bit further. Maybe we'll straighten it up too. What is going on here? Okay, so maybe this one doesn't want to go any lower. Or maybe I need a different way of holding these up. I think that's the real takeaway here, is that I need to find a different means of holding these up. I'm gonna take the other magnets down from back here and we're gonna switch that. Because clearly, this method is not doing it for me. Okay, now I'm back with a tool. It's this sticky tack thing. Which one hopes will let me hang these posters a little bit more effectively. Oh, this is why we didn't do this originally, because you have to push on the other side, and you can't get to the other side to push, really. Maybe I can push at the top. And like, kind of balance pressure backwards. That sort of worked. Good. Another magnet down. I also noticed that Cleo took her character sheet home, and I think the odds are slim to none that she remembers to bring it back. I'll have to send her a message and remind her. Let's do it like this. That'll do. And And then we have one more over here. Oh, which might already be held on this way. This one's held on with like mounting tape. Hopefully that doesn't rip any paint. There we go. This one we'll do be over here, just so they're not perfectly even. Go. That one's got tape on it, so just toss it in there like that. That should do the trick. And now those will be much more visible and readable, which I like. Good. Set this guy right here to help protect that. Nicely done. Okay, so we've got lights. We've got two cameras. Let's do the third camera, which is, of course, going to mean I need to go get another camera case. So let me get some of these cases out of the way that I've already been using, and then I'll do that. Half the battle of this space is keeping it clean and usable, because I also work here. All right, I'm gonna go get the other camera. Hello, Lupin. Cuddled up on the couch. An age-old technique. All right. Behold the last, you can just see the top of it, the last camera case, at least for this little setup operation. Here we go, there's the camera, it's got the right lens on it already. There's another stand right there with a stud on it. Do that and plug this guy into AC power and HDMI output. Hypothetically, yeah, there we go. Oh, well, that missed. That's okay, I'm over it. So let's bring that into focus over there. That'll have to do for right this second, because I can't see it too big. Actually, I can make that the big screen for a second. Let's do that. Let's go over to, let's find the mouse. We're here to big camera view, and let's switch out which camera is big camera. So sure this fits on my screen properly, and then I'll switch in this one right there. Yep, great. That should help me get things in focus. check my aperture here too. Yeah, we're a little high. Go. That's a decent rough focus for not having players here to actually check. Back over to this scene. I'm gonna make sure I'm in true 4K. Just a smidge. Wherever it needs to go. That. Okay. And then I think what will be best for the shot is to go a tiny bit higher on my ISO on this camera. Let's do, make sure my frame rate is right. It is. So let's see what happens if I match that iris, because this camera's probably not at f4 right now. There we go, there's f4. Now they're much closer. I think I'll just leave it. And then this camera back here is at f3.5. Let's put this at f4. There we go, those should all match each other decently well. The table is not like perfectly centered. There we go, that's a little better. Shot. Good. This is for my headphones. Just hang there, hang tight if you will. Okay, that's all those pieces. So now, if I'm in this closest chair and I sit in it, am I still on the screen? Totally. And what about this chair? What about Mr. Tyler, Mr. Ronan Voss? He's only sort of on the screen. We're not really in the middle, are we? Let's go a little bit this way. There we go. Now he's in the screen. And beside him, so is Trevor. Well, I'm gonna switch where everybody sits this week, just to mix it up. Let's do, so we have Cleo, Mike, Tyler, Trevor. So let's do Tyler, Trevor, Cleo, Mike. Yeah, let's do that. Trevor over here. These are Cleo's character sheet things. Middle. And Trevor. There. And then let's move Trevor's microphone. does appear Cleo might have left her thread adapter here. Let's see, does that come off? No, it doesn't. I'm wrong. Cleo doesn't need a thread adapter here, so now Trevor doesn't. Working on getting this off of here. I think at this point, the concept at least is proven. I'm going to end the stream.